Hi guys, so we're just finishing up with our yearling. She goes home next Friday. She's been doing great with us, desensitized to the plastic bag, getting her desensitized to the whip, getting her to cross tarps, things like that. We're all going to go over pretty much everything that she's learned in this lesson as far as it'll let me because our recordings aren't always that great. That's why we haven't done a video for a while, because we've had some issues, but I think we've got the kinks figured out. You're going to see me flexing her here. I'm just holding that pressure, that lead rope with pressure above her withers, waiting for her to give her nose. When she gives, even slightly, I'm going to give it back to her and reward her. Do lots of rubbing on these babies. You can't rub them too much. Just getting her used to touching all over. Getting her used to her legs. She does pick up all of her feet. She did do that before we got her. Her owner's actually, one of them does farrier work, so he's been working with her feet. Again, we're just getting her to flex here. As soon as she gives, we're going to give it back to her and rub all over. You'll see me mess with around her neck a lot too every time that I mess with her. That's just because she still gets a little bit nervous when you put the halter on her, so we're still getting her over that. Again, desensitizing her to that whip. Do lots of desensitizing with these babies. You see she starts to relax with me. And for those that have followed along with her, the first video that I did the windmill, she almost took my arm off. So there's huge improvement with that. She's really starting to be a confident filly, and we're super proud of how well she's came along with everything. Ty's great for you. She's just overall a really smart horse that we've really enjoyed having. Again, with the whip, desensitizing both sides. So now I've got out, here. I've got out our tarp, and what I have, the setup I have right now is just a barrel with a smaller bucket with the tarp over it. We're just getting her to go in between that, doing the sending drill with her, side to side, just giving her a little bit of confidence in those confined spaces, such as a small two-place trailer. This kind of helps her set up for success if someone were to ever put her in that. That's why we ask her to stop and relax in that small space, so she realizes it's a good thing. You'll see she kind of tries to step away from me when I start to bang on the barrel. We just tap her nose in again, and she stops for us. Give her lots of rubs, rewarding her, let her know this is a safe place, nothing's going to get her. So now we've got the tarp off, and we're actually letting her tote the tarp. It was a little slick, so she tiptoes around some, but we don't pick on her really for it a ton. Still asking her to move her feet out, obviously. We don't want her to stop until asked. Ask her to yield her hips. She kind of fades away, so I correct her again. Then I'm just going to take this tarp and rub it all over her. Makes lots of noise, lots of scary movement. It's a bright, funny color. It goes all over because it was a little bit windy. Not bad, though. But it just desensitizes her. If she can handle a tarp like this, odds are she can handle several different things. Just because the tarp is something that most horses have issue with. It's big and it makes lots and lots of noise, as well as can cover their body. So it can be a very, very frightening tool for these babies. But she does settle down here and get her foot cocked, and she relaxes for me. She thinks about stepping away, and then without me even having to correct her, she decides to stick around and just stay relaxed, so I rub her for that. Again, this tarp is making tons of noise. I know you guys can't hear it because I mute all of my videos when I do voiceovers, but it is making a ton of noise that this filly is having to stand there relaxed with, and I absolutely am super proud of where she's at with her training today. I think for a yearling, she accepts things very well. She will let you walk up and halter now. We're going to start letting Desiree go in and halter this filly and work with her a little bit. That way when she goes back to her owners, it's not just me that she's used to walking up to her. It's several people. Just to kind of cover any gaps. If I were the only one to work with her at all, then when her owner goes to halter, she could have a different reaction. So we try and avoid that way. To practice haltering with this filly, even though she stands pretty good now that we're at the end of her training, we still leave her halter on at the end, take a bigger halter, walk up to her several times, ask her to let us halter, that kind of thing. She also puts her head down with pressure for you now. This next little bit, I'm focusing on, I know you can't see it in the video great, but I've just got a little bit of pressure on the bridge of her nose, and then right behind her ears on her poll. If she wants to pull away, I try and keep the pressure as best that I can. That way we can show her if she puts her head down, she gets that release. If she picks it up, it just gets harder for her. And sometimes you'll see she'll tuck her nose to get away from the pressure on the bridge of her nose, but she doesn't actually let her poll down and break at the poll. So I'll hold the poll pressure until she actually lets that go. And then I rub it away afterwards. So you don't see my hand come away from this filly's head when I'm doing this, because I don't take my hand away. I rub her basically until she's relaxed, and then we'll apply more pressure again to get her to drop her head. And now she almost touches the ground with her nose, now that we've got her this far along, which is what you see me doing here at the end of this clip. She's got her head down, and she is giving to it. We're just asking her to give a little bit more each time, so I'll let go of the pressure, rub her for a second, and then ask her to put it down. I love that she's got her head down this whole time.